I want to bring up Coach Prime Time.
Ah, my man, where you want to go? Because this segment we need to send him because I'm about to go in with this.
First of all, explain to me what has him becoming the head coach of Colorado. What has that meant to you,
Woo.
um, as a black man? Um,
Well,
and
I
just
mean,
what just and period. What has it
well,
meant to you?
I ain't gonna lie because Cat Williams got the truth coming out of me
Well,
too. You know what I'm saying?
what?
I was pissed at first. I ain't even gonna lie. I was mad at the. I was like, "Oh, you just gonna diss Jackson State?" You know, my family's from Jackson State. I used to work at Jackson State when I was a teenager, so I was a little pissed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Here you go, leaving the brothers," and then I had to think about it. Okay, we need black people in all spaces. So I got over it. You know what I'm saying? I was a little pissed at Deion, but I think what Deion is about excellence, and I think Deion's calling is changing systems. Okay, so he legitimized the fact that a person with his experience can thrive at an HBCU. He proved that. He proved that recruits can come to HBCU. So he legitimized black athletes. We've always been good. Pick a school, and you got black athletes. They're making all the money for these schools.
Right, right.
So he legitimized the HBCU. I think he's motivated by challenge. What I saw in this Colorado experience is him underestimating the psychology necessary to change players' behavior.
Okay.
So with Deion, you have to have excellent and special people that have work ethic to a certain level. And why I say it's psychological, having worked with athletes in the Big Ten, the Pac-12, SEC, and just different athletes that I have worked with that now play on Sunday. I play professional sports like basketball, football, track, and other things. It is their mindset and their commitment to being resilient and excellent that makes them great athletes. So to play for Deion, it takes a certain kind of person. And I think he was trying to fill a roster this year. Now he needs to focus on getting dogs, right? That's what
Right.
He needs some players that are motivated to the same level of excellence that he is. And so the losses start coming because the kids could not deal with certain adversity because mentally they could not keep up with where he was. Okay.
Right.
And so how I can personally help Deion is, beyond just sports psychology, there is a certain thing that young black men need in 2024 that Deion is giving, but it needs to be put in psychological terms. People think it's hype, confidence in these things, but it's really coming from black psychology, improvisation. Deion is good at just making things up on the fly, doing things that people thought they couldn't do. Resiliency is a psychological strength that sometimes young black men don't have, right? So you can't expect these players to perform unless there's someone to address them psychologically. And also, and I really believe Deion will agree with this because I feel Deion is kind of close to my father in how he coaches. He's inspiring. He lays the line down. But I think he will agree that there is some kind of disconnect between some of his coaches and the players, and some of the coaches doesn't have what he has, right? To inspire the players in that way. So I think he has to be a little more hands-on this year in riding the ship. Don't leave a lot of those responsibilities to other people because only you know the level of excellence necessary for certain positions. So I think he needs to be a little more hands-on this year. But I love it. I mean, I love the fact that he is about building men.
Right.
And the reason why they won, it's a lot of things outside of football that he gave these brothers. And he has a multicultural staff, multicultural players, but he deals in hope maintenance. He will make somebody want to run through a wall for them.
Right.
I want to move to Colorado tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I hate the coach. Okay.
Motivation speeches and think. I know when I first heard about him getting the job at
Yeah.
Colorado, I wasn't mad at all
Okay.
because what it reminded me of was when I got my accepted letter to the
Mm-hmm.
Paul and decided to go to the Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, "Oh, you're not going to Morehouse? You're not going to Morehouse?" Well, shit, Morehouse didn't give me the money the Paul gave me. Shit,
Morehouse ain't no money either. I'm legacy three, 4
right?
times over.
My daddy went there. He was in a glee club, all that shit, and them cheap bastards didn't give me nothing.
Yeah.
But them good folks at the Paul did.
Yeah.
So when Deion got the job, I was like, I already know what he's going through. I already know the money good. He's already made a difference at Jackson State. If he leaves there, he leaves him in a good position to recruit and get another coach and be better than they were when he got there. And he can
Yeah.
go to Colorado and certainly make Colorado a much better school than it is for black people. And I mean, for the school itself, obviously, you see how much money they earn
Mm-hmm.
in TV
Yeah.
contracts and selling jerseys and that sort of thing. So you already know he's making Colorado better. But as far as getting, like you say, getting more black people in that space and also what is done to the black people who are already in that space. I mean, I've seen more interaction from black staff,
Mm-hmm.
black members of the Colorado community, all on Twitter. Voicing. So you know what I mean. So like you say, Coach Prime Time giving everybody around their confidence.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
black people, the players, everybody. So.
And look, notice this. I was talking about free black men. Cat Williams, Tyler Perry, Deion all critiqued the same way and to the same level of like energy.
Because they outspoken.
Because they are outspoken. I'm glad Deion said this publicly because a lot of times, sometimes he doesn't say racial things explicitly. It's more implied. But he was like, you got a confident black man up here leading people to wins, and that's what y'all got a problem with. Do you
Right.
not believe? You believe now? You know what I'm saying? That because he is a black man, there are different rules for him. But I really think, it's going to take somebody like me and to focus on the psychology of these players, some therapy and a little bit of sports psychology and old barbershop talk to change the mindset. The mindset has to be able to be replicated. So you have to create, these are the values, this is the level of discipline, this is the level of accuracy we need. And if they do not have the emotional intelligence to play for Deion, don't sign them up. Because from coaching sports, even though my emphasis is basketball, but in working with players and counseling players that went on to play in the NFL, the resiliency and the way you create psychological balance in players leads to success on the field. We can't expect players to perform if their mind is in
Oh my goodness. First of all, let's back up a little bit, Ed.
Go ahead. But people drop in the comments.
Go
ahead.
I know. Larry said, can you bring up Deion Sanders without bringing up NIL though?
Yeah, I mean, I think NIL has changed the game. I'm all for the kids.
Man, I love it, man.
They need to be paid more. I think you should get a car, a paid off house, money throughout your lifetime, a lifetime deal whenever your name is
in addition to your scholarship.
Yeah, in addition to your scholarship. Yeah, NIL changed the game, and NIL has always existed. I know from early in my life of being recruited for basketball, the promises that are made to people. So you know what I'm saying? It's always been NIL, but it's just now there are rules established to give money. But I think the teams then the players need more. But yes, NIL does impact what players you can get because we know it's all about the dollar bill. And I think Deion would agree. You got to have money. Yeah. You got to have money to give certain offers to these kids for them to come. So that, yes, there's the reality of NIL that you have to think about.
Yep. I mean, and they still want to play. It's not like they get the NIL deal and then think they all that. They get the money and they still want to get in there and play to the best of their abilities, get to the championship.
I think the world and Deion underestimated the small percentage of players that can actually meet the criteria of excellence that he's looking for. So I think that he needs to zero in and focus on players that you do not have to develop in certain ways. He needs more ready-made talent that is more mentally strong. Because I look at the sidelines, I look at nonverbal behavior, I look at how they respond to not only critique, but when the game is tight. So when you're constantly losing games in positions where you could win the game and you're right there and something happens, that means the players don't have a certain mental strength in order to deal with adversity. So he needs a more ready-made player that can match his level of confidence. And so if you don't come at a certain level of psychological and athletic development, don't even come to Colorado, because it takes a very specific player in 2024 that can play for him.
He also said, and is he looking for an NFL job?
I don't think Deion, the NFL players, Deion is not tolerating them. Like the privilege. I don't think.
I think he. I mean, I think. Now, granted, I don't think he is checking LinkedIn and Indeed to see if there are any NFL job open in the head coaching openings. But I do think he's got his eye and you know what I mean, on the scene, because we always looking.
I will wear a Dallas Cowboy, who I can't stand the Cowboys. I will wear a Dallas Cowboys hoodie if he goes to the NFL. I don't see it.
And it's not like he didn't play the game, so he will be respected by the other players.
The challenge.
He know, and they know that he a champion, so they will respect them in that way. And I think he would make a great NFL coach.
I think he wants it. It's not about could he do it? Yes. Oh, he could lead the Baltimore Ravens right now to glory. But I think that it will present the challenge that he's looking for. He's about developing players, whether they play in the NFL or not. He's about the way that privilege works in the NFL and the lack of drive and work ethic that is pervasive amongst professional athletes. Deion would get past training camp. That's my. I think the players are too privileged. Their work ethic sucks. You can't tell them anything. You can't push them because they have all these people telling them how great they are. I don't think he'll do a press conference and then halfway in the training camp he'll be like, "I'm going back to Colorado. Y'all crazy." So I make this bet. I will wear a Cowboys hoodie on live if he goes to the NFL, because I don't see it.
All right, well, y'all hear it. We got 6 folks on here who heard it. I heard it.